City Hall officials coming out of New York City have planned an Iran meeting? Why? New Yorkers, I want you to explain this one to me. Why was somebody inside City Hall trying to meet with Iran's ambassador while America is actively exchanging strikes with Iran? According to the reports that I'm reading, New York City's Commissioner for Internal Affairs, Anna Marie Archila, was scheduled to meet with Iran's ambassador to the United Nations?
Okay, so a top aide to the mayor in New York City, Zohran Mamdani, the U.S. State Department, a top aide from the U.S. State Department ended up blocking Zohran from basically holding a unauthorized meeting with the I country's UN ambassador. Now, this is interesting because I've done videos on Zohran Mamdani before, and y'all dragged me. He is loved by many. I'm gonna go into that. Just give me a second. So I guess there was like this planned sit down that was like arranged by an internal affairs commissioner by the name of Anna Maria Archila, but it was called off after the State Department clarified that this was basically unacceptable, as if they didn't know that. I'm so confused at how you didn't know that. You scheduling meetings and you think that that's wild to me because you knew that. Then Mamdani comes out and he's like, oh, I didn't know about this. I didn't even know that this meeting was scheduled until he started receiving like all of these press inquiries about it.
I wish I was lying. New York City Mayor Zohran Mamdani's International Affairs Commissioner just got caught trying to set up a meeting with Iran. Well, and Mamdani holds a press conference to do damage control to say he knew nothing of the sort about this meeting. Do you believe him? New York City, if there was not a time as now for a recall election, I don't know when it is. We have got to get this guy out of office. This is so dangerous. And now we see the reason behind why he wanted to become mayor. Outside of the fact that he lied about every campaign promise. You may say politicians lie. That's what happens. But this man has a underlying reasoning why he wants to become the mayor of one of the biggest cities in this world. And I'm telling you guys, you put him in office and look at what's going on. Your property taxes way up. The landlords are just going to leave. They're not going to fight. They can own property anywhere. These people are millionaires are leaving by the Tesla truckloads. Okay. We need them. We need them. In case you didn't know, the people with money bring money to your city. And now this, a meeting with Iran to say what? You're a mayor of a city that is crumbling.
Well, New York City Mayor's office is under fire after Zohran Mamdani's International Affairs Commissioner reportedly made plans to meet with Iran's UN ambassador earlier this week. The timing could not have been worse. And the New York Post reporting the scheduled meeting would have unfolded after Iranian troops fired missiles at two commercial ships traversing the Strait of Hormuz. An action Monday in direct defiance of an interim peace agreement between the U.S. and Iran. Mayor Mamdani was asked about this at a news conference today. Watch.
That meeting did not take place. It will not take place. And I did not know about it until there was a press inquiry regarding it. And when it comes to the work of our commissioner and our international affairs office, it's to ensure that as we are a city of the world, that we are also there to meet with leaders from across the world. The focus is always on our city and our relationship. The commissioner recognizes that this was made an error, and we're working on a new process in terms of new meeting requests.
A new process? What about competence? Well, this comes as the Wall Street Journal reports Israel warned the U.S. that Iran hatched a new plan to assassinate President Trump. Iran has repeatedly vowed to retaliate against our president for ordering the killing of Iran's Revolutionary Guard General Qasem Soleimani. President Trump reiterated that this week.
They've been in trouble for 47 years, and we took out their first set of leaders. We took out their second set of leaders. They want to take out the U.S. leader, me. I'm on every list. I saw things this morning. I'm on every single one of their lists. And so far, I guess I've been a little bit lucky, but that maybe doesn't last very long.
The president told the Post today, quote, "I've left instructions, if anything happens, to just literally bomb them at levels that they've never seen before."
What's going on, everybody? Appreciate you guys pulling up today, man. We got to talk about it, man. The direction of New York City under Mayor Zohran Mamdani is raising serious questions. One issue that's getting a lot of attention and has been getting a lot of attention is none other than Anna Maria Archila, a commissioner in the mayor's office for international affairs. It was reported that she was scheduled to meet with Iran's permanent representative to the United Nations. Now, for many Americans, that's not just another diplomatic meeting. It raises a lot of concerns. And if you're not concerned, you should be, because it really raises concerns about the judgment, the priorities, and it makes me wonder whose interests are being served here, because it's not like everybody doesn't know that we are in direct conflict with Iran. And this is someone from New York City speaking with an ambassador from a country that we are at war with no conversation with the State Department and Marco Rubio. This is ridiculous, man. This is ridiculous. And to be honest with you, this lady should be fired. She should not be reprimanded or been talking to us, hand spanking. No, she should be fired, relieved of duty. You know, one thing I've been thinking about lately is how people sometimes confuse preparation with fear. And I don't think they're the same thing. Preparing for something doesn't mean you expect the worst. It just means you're being wise. We insure our homes, we insure our cars, we save for retirement, not because we know exactly what's going to happen, but because we know life is unpredictable. And when you look at everything happening around us, the economy, inflation, growing debt, the uncertainty around the world, I think it's reasonable to ask, am I prepared? That's why more people are taking a closer look at physical gold. Some are purchasing gold and silver directly. Others are moving a portion of an IRA or 401k into a gold IRA. And that's one reason I trust Augusta Precious Metals. What I appreciate is that they don't try to pressure you into making a decision. They take the time to explain how it all works, answers your questions, and help you determine whether owning physical gold or using a gold IRA actually makes sense for your situation. Then the decision is yours. And if you'd like to learn more, go to writeforgold.com or text FAITH to 35052, because at the end of the day, being prepared isn't about living in fear. It's about being a good steward of what you've been entrusted with. Now let's get back into the video. Now, I'm one of those kind of people, and I've been saying it on this channel for quite some time. I believe it is time to have a broader conversation about who should be eligible to hold public office. Right now, naturalized citizens can legally hold most public offices under the Constitution except the presidency. That has to change. Seriously. We have to put pressure on Congress and the Senate to change this and to change this immediately. That is a debate I believe that the American people need to be having, because this is outrageous. This Archila lady is a naturalized citizen from Colombia. She moved over here at the age of 17. And since she's gotten here, her goal hasn't been to assimilate. It's been to help other immigrants get over here. She worked in some nonprofit that focused on supporting immigrants. And y'all know what time it is, illegal immigrants. In my opinion, any public official, that has, broken the law or acted against the interests of the United States, there definitely should be a full investigation. And if there's any wrongdoing proven, that they should face the full consequences under the law. Simple as that. And to be honest with you, the buck stops with Mamdani. So the fact that he can try to pass the buck and say it wasn't me, it was her, no. He needs to be investigated to the fullest extent as well. In Proverbs chapter 14, verse 34, it says, righteousness exalts a nation, but sin is a reproach to any people. Hit the like button, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Let's keep going.
On the other hand, Iran likes to sponsor proxy groups of terrorists. And these terrorists don't care what they blow up. They blow up anything and everyone. Okay, this is who we're dealing with. Okay, this is an Iran that not long ago, through their Hezbollah proxies, blew up a Jewish center in Argentina and killed a bunch of people. This is an Iran that innovated the use of roadside bombs that killed and maimed a bunch of people, including American servicemen, but a bunch of other people. This is an Iran that has organized the assassinations and the attempted assassinations of people all over the world, including civilians and dissidents and people they don't agree with. There is no nation on earth that sponsors more terrorism than Iran, and they've spent millions and millions of dollars sponsoring terrorism and targeting individuals all over the world, and including civilians have been caught up in that. Okay? That's what Iran has done. They didn't spend their millions and millions on building roads and bridges and improving the life of their people. That's why their people are always in the street protesting, because their economy's been in shambles, because they don't invest in their economy. They would rather invest in Hezbollah. They would rather invest in the rapists and the murderers of Hamas. They would rather invest in those groups than they do in their own people. That's what Iran invests in. And that's what the world, that's what you should be asking me about. That's what the BBC should be covering. And that's what these other media outlets should be covering, is how evil these people are in Iran and the damage they've done to people all over the world. The world's leading sponsor of terrorism is Iran. And look what they're doing now. They are holding hostage civilian vessels, including ships that have now been stuck in the Persian Gulf. They've laid mines in an international waterway. And yet, despite all of that, the United States remains committed to finding a peaceful, a diplomatic solution to this crisis. But let's be clear who we're talking about here. We're not talking about some pacifist government over there, or some pacifist regime. We're talking about one of the most vicious regimes on the face of the earth and in modern history. That's what we're dealing with. And we were going to take away their missiles, we were going to take away their ability to make new ones, and we were going to wipe out their navy. Imagine if they had a real navy. What they have now is a bunch of small little speedboats that can lay mines and harass vessels, but they used to have a navy. Now that navy resides at the bottom of the ocean. And that was the objective of Epic Fury.
And yet you have people in New York City wanting to have conversations with these people. New York City has a lot of issues. They have a lot going on out there. They have no business setting up meetings with anybody from Iran. None. They need to be investigated, man. Marco Rubio, get on your job.
Let me ask a question here. How do y'all feel about this? With the issue that just went on and is coming to light about Zoran Mamdani's cabinet supposedly scheduling a meeting with the UN diplomat of Iran. And of course, Zoran Mamdani absolutely stepping aside and letting Maria Archila totally take the fall 100% for this. Also placing the blame on the UN diplomat from Iran, stating that he's the one that reached out for the meeting. I don't care who scheduled the meeting. There is a hit currently out on our president right now from the country of Iran, and you're going to go ahead and accept a meeting. Now look, I understand it's normal for like this to go down, but when the State Department has to step in and slap you around and say, yeah, this isn't happening, Zoran Mamdani's entire cabinet needs to 100% have every digital footprint monitored. They need to have every cell communication tapped. We may need to even go as far as to putting wires on people, like what happened with good old Gavin over there. I don't know. Am I going too far?
And I'm in 100% agreement with her. This dude can't be trusted. His administration up there in New York City can't be trusted. It's a hodgepodge of communist, quote unquote, democratic socialists. That whole goal in life at this point is to fundamentally change or fundamentally destroy our nation from the inside out. These people have put a hit on our president, and you think this is a great idea to have a meeting with him? Are you crazy? Where's your allegiance? It's obvious not to the United States of America and to our president. Even if you don't like the man, what happened to respect for the office? What happened to that? When I served in the military, I worked for officers I didn't care for, but you still respect the rank. And we've lost that in our nation. Goodness gracious, man. I want to hear from you guys. What are your thoughts? Hit the like button, share the video, subscribe to the channel, turn the notifications on to all so you never miss an upload. Consider joining the ARP family or buy your brother a coffee. That link's in the description box below. 25% off on everything at the ARP family merch store. Type in hashtag ARP. Support what we're doing over here. We appreciate the love. We appreciate the support. And as always, keep God first. Stay prayed up. It is getting crazy out here. The enemy is within the gates. We'll catch up with you guys next time. Peace.
It is God who arms me with strength. Yeah, I'm battle ready. He trains my hands for battle. My heart stays steady. But thanks be to God, he gives us the victory. Through my Lord Jesus Christ, fear can't live in me. I was down to the dirt, red clay on my shoes, old pain in my shirt, oh so bruised. Then the Lord hit my chest, kicked death from my breath, put power in my step.